Model Aisha Diaz is shaking. Now, Aisha Diaz is an IG model, old video vixen, and she has come out and she went on a podcast and she said that for a man to keep her, he would have to pay like 45K to 50K a month if he doesn't want her to work. People were upset. There's a lot of think pieces. There's a lot to the story. Let's talk about it. Aisha Diaz went on the Blackout podcast, and these guys were asking her, what does it take to keep you? And she specifically said, if a man doesn't want me to work, she didn't say if a man wants to date me. She didn't say if a man wants to meet me. She said, if I get a man, he wants me to be in a relationship with him where I do not work, then I would have to be compensated for the money I would make if I was working. And they were up in arms about it. I'm going to let you watch this clip, then we're going to continue on.
Honestly, I'm spoiled.
No, as soon as they said a sport, it's going to be a ticket. Go ahead.
What's that mean? Just
what's that range?
Because it's good insight. Because we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time. But you're somebody you're like in the top 1% of girls that's actually you're exposed to that life, right? Like so. Yeah. What is you say you're spoiled? What does that mean?
Spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
What does that mean?
Ladies, take notes. Take notes because it'll work on the simp. I have a lifestyle I expect to keep.
Myself, you should be able to do it for me too. And if I can't depend on you to be able to handle what I have on my plate, then there's no reason for me and me and you to be together, because that means you're gonna hold me back.
So I'm gonna stop her for a minute. We're gonna get into it. This is her here, and y'all been warned. So they done told y'all many years ago. But listen, she's saying it with her chest. Y'all see the body. This is what they pay for. All right. She been linked to, like I said, Bow Wow and some more rich men. Very wealthy men are linked to her.
Like, why a guy gonna come in and intertwine finances, pay for your existence? Again, for what? What are you doing? Are you peace outside of flesh and mouth? What are you offering? These sisters don't be feminine. That's the thing. They be sexual. There's a difference. In the hood, in the low vibrational sectors, femininity and sexuality get intertwined. They're not the same. They're not. You are just a sexual creature and of no substance. 50K a month?
Well, I would say some of these women, I'll get you in there, Ebony. This ain't like a Kundra contestant or somebody on Ashley Dalton. She ain't up here just talking. She giving y'all her testimony. So she ain't asking for anything. She telling y'all what these simps are paying. Like you said, all men are not equal. We are all not the same. I wouldn't do it, but y'all doing it out there.
Yeah, and it is what it is. If this is how she's moving and stuff, let's just show us the outcomes. Show us, the man who is wanting to marry you or to even take you serious, because Bow Wow said he had it for the free. So show us the men that are doing that.
Listen, Bow Wow,
you a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
It might not be 50, but he was paying.
Yeah, I mean, and her body is amazing. Granted that. But at the end of the day, like, men bring so much more than just money. What if he's providing you with a a stable lifestyle where, okay, you may not have to work, but maybe he's taking care of everything else. You don't have to go off and do the things that you were doing before, and that is okay. What if you start a family and you guys have kids and everything, and so there's more to it than just just having a man and him being able to pay your bills. Like, there's more to it than that. And if she doesn't get her act together, she's going to be, forward. I don't know how old she is, 40s and 50s, still talking the same talk with the same body, but with no results. So
I think she is 37. So I'm letting it keep going. You got something, Courtney?
And I mean, I'm going to have to be looking out after you.
What about love?
What does that mean? Financially, what does that mean, though? What does that mean? What does that mean on a monthly? What does that mean? Roughly.
Numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 45, 50.
$50,000 a month. So you need $50,000 a month.
What is true? I can give you the paperwork right now.
No, I'm not saying that you're not getting it. But hold on. You got a contract?
Listen.
You signed contract? They signed contracts?
But if you allow me, let's say my partner doesn't allow me to work, I am going to look at you and say, are you paying on my bills? because in order for me to sit down, somebody have to pay all my bills, and not just my bills. I need extra money because you can't give me my bill money and then I'm left with nothing.
Yeah,
I need money to save too.
You're flat. Yep.
And that's honestly, that's what really becomes expensive because my bills alone are already really high.
Yeah.
So I need a little bit more, not just for hair and nails and stuff, but I need a little bit more because I need to be able to save, and I need a backup because after we break up or anything happens between me and you, I need security until I can find not another job, but you know what I mean? So I can get back into what I used to do before. I don't require my man to do it. Do I expect it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Does he have to? No. But you can't ask me not to work if you're not willing to handle and take care of all my bills. And plus,
when you say paperwork, what were you referring to? You have a contract that you make them sign?
No, meaning like I can show you guys like how high my bills are. Yeah. It sounds like a really crazy number, honestly, but it's not just my house where I live at. You know, I have other properties. They got to get paid.
Exactly. They are looking for simps, pay pigs. This is Drea Michelle. This is what she tried to do to her baby daddy when she come back with the trying to raise her child support. And like, look, I'm paying $15,000 a month for rent. And they be inflating these numbers or just getting beat over the head. Let me stop. Because they out in California, Beverly Hills, renting these houses or whatever the case. And the bills are that, you know, $50K, $40K a month.
Move. Downsize. Like, why take on all this stress? This sounds so daggone P2-ish. You know, you got to pay for me so I ain't got to work. You know, you got to give me enough money so I got backup plans when we break up and I can get back into the work that I do. What? If you ain't some uber rich, heartless, you know, eligible bachelor, don't deal with this. Another Black Diamond Slope. Don't deal with it if you ain't willing to be a pay pig. You got to be most generous. It can't affect you. That at best, because if you got to sit there and count out the $50,000 a month, she gonna break you. You got to just weigh the money and hand it to her.
She did say that it wasn't required. She said that she would like him to. So for someone that she probably is very interested in, it wouldn't be required. But for the simp, it would be required because she really doesn't like him. So I think that's probably the difference in what's going on here. So she's probably had like simps, you know, throwing money at her. And so she's like, hey, let me get this. And then when it's time for her to go to someone she really, really likes, the expectation's not going to be as high. That's what I'm getting.
Exactly. Spot on.
Yeah, and with her, you know, what she's asking for, she's not talking about what she's going to do for that man because she's 37 years old. What if that man wants kids? Not to say that she can't have them, but I mean, she's kind of getting up in age. So what are you doing for that man for him to want to pay this, you know, this bill? Like, is she like a stripper or something, or what does she do? And what kind of job does she have where a man is like, I don't want you to do this anymore? So that's another thing. But she's not talking about what she's trying to do for that man. And it is only going to put her in the category to get a simp, which she's not going to be happy with later on down the road. So it's like a lose-lose for everybody. So, and does she even have kids already? Like, what is going on? Is she sending money back to the Dominican for mommy and poppy? Like, what are all these bills? What is she doing?
She said, yeah, she said, I got other properties, other bills. You're going to pay my mama's bills, whatever she going to spend the money on, just give it to her.
The sister Diaz, what does she do? She is a model, actress, and social media influencer. Go figure. Her net worth, not available.
You know, sometimes they need a new air conditioner, a new boiler, a filter. And I consider those bills because no matter what, I have to pay for them. So yeah, you pay my house here, but how about my responsibility everywhere else? When they come, you know, I have to make sure you're okay with handling that too.
Well, also, like I said, I mean, I know you, so I know you're not just saying that, like you've actually,
it's real shit,
this is real for you. My question is, what does the man get for that investment? If I'm investing $50,000 a month into you, right? What do I get out of that?
Talk about it.
I'm not asking you to invest.
No. I'm just saying, just like,
I mean, whatever he wants. If you're asking me not to work,
so I
there
get
you go.
Well, I would say the biggest question is, what is he requiring? A man ain't gonna get nothing that he ain't, putting on the table, asking for, setting the standards. She ain't gonna do anything if you just giving her the money. So these type of guys she dealing with, we thinking like some, pookie nug, some, fly player. No, she dealing with white guys, Asian men. She gonna hop on that plane and go to Dubai. Like, these women are getting the money wherever it's at.
You heard her. She actually answered it. He said, what is this guy getting? She tried to beat around the bush, but ultimately she said, whatever he wants. She said, if I ain't working and he footing that bill, whatever he wants. What else can she say? What else? Whatever. And it's just flesh. That's what the whatever is. Flesh in different nightgowns and teddies. That's it.
The benefit is that you're not working. That's the benefit that I get.
I mean, the benefit, I'm not working. I'm home. I'm being peaceful. I'm making sure everything's good at the house. I'm cleaning. I'm cooking. And, whatever you're requiring.
Okay.
I'm a pleaser, so I'm going to make sure my man gets whatever he wants. But at the same time, you have to make sure I'm happy. And if you're asking certain things of me, you got to make sure that you can back it up and take care of that too.
And truth be told, most men are doing this at some level, whether it's living.
It doesn't have to be that number, but you have to. You can't ask your wife to not work and just sit home and do, absolutely nothing. And then when she asks you for something simple as, hey, can I have some money for my hair and nails? You're tripping.
Fellas, I never want to hear that investing in the market is too expensive or stock club too expensive. Because if you got to give up 50 off top, I don't want to shit.
Now, this conversation went viral and it brought out a lot of unsolicited opinions, but from different celebrity guys. Like Bow Wow, Shad Moss said, Ish was free to me, dead homies. So he's basically saying that he slept with Aisha Diaz for free. And I'm not going to lie, love Bow Wow down. He's an Ohioan just like me. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe that for a hot minute. You're not going to tell me that Future, who's like 6'2", 6'3", got to buy girls AP, and Bow Wow, who's like 5'1", hit it for free? Respectfully, absolutely not. Now, Bow Wow, good guy, handsome guy, has some of the most beautiful women in the world. But he is one of those people that I know probably will get you a purse or two. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But Bow Wow, I see you try to do a thing, and baby, I just purely don't believe you. Now, DDG came out, and he said a girl got to make a minimum of $60K a year to date me. And I think that this is very telling. Very telling. Love DDG's music. Beware of guys like DDG. I feel like somebody that would say something like that, so unmasculine,
Hater.
is literally what we begged Halle Bailey to like run from.
Listen, y'all begged her, but she got knocked up by him because they love that Pookie meat. You talking about? Yeah, we begged Halle to leave him alone. We knew he was dusty. And like I said, same thing with Bow Wow. I don't think maybe he didn't pay it in the form of, money on the dresser, but like she's saying, he probably was buying purses and taking trips. He was spending bread. That's just the point.
And don't be sitting up here dogging that poor brother DDG out. I don't know much about him, but we found out Halle was the one that was wild. Yeah, so stop that madness. Y'all sisterhood, y'all gonna stick together. But I don't like the fact they pull up Bow Weezy's picture with him all blowed out looking like that. Bow Weezy ain't aging too good, man. You gotta leave that, man. What you eating, Bow Weezy? You swole up, brother. That's why now look how she talk about him. She said, no, Bow Weezy got to pay the short, blowed out man tax. So you ain't get it for free.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bow Wow was on Love and Hip Hop or the Growing Up Hip Hop show, but he had, he stays with a beautiful woman and stuff. And he was on that show and was like, I'm not really cashing you out like that. You got to figure something out. So I think that with these women, they think that Bow Wow is going to be doing all that, and then they think that if they go all out, he's going to reciprocate that. But I think Bow Wow was smart with his money. Remember, he's been in the game since he was a kid, so he's been around all this stuff his whole life. He was in the clubs at 12 and around all these women at 13 and stuff like that. So he's seen a lot. So I don't know. I mean, I think these women want to be with him because it's like a childhood fantasy or whatever, but I think Bow Wow kind of holds his own, and he has been with a lot of beautiful women. So I don't know. I think, yeah, if
Don't
that is
trust
the
them.
case,
Don't trust
yeah,
these ninjas. We done
right.
seen too much. We done seen how Drake and some of these guys move.
That's
They don't
true.
have to do it. I just think they like doing it. They like, they get in, they start buying purses and stuff.
Yeah. But a purse to Bow Wow, that's like buying a lollipop or something. That ain't nothing. So, yeah, I don't know.
And I understand that. Like, then that goes along with the saying, ain't tricking if you got it. I get it. As far as them and Shannon Sharp buying these purses, it's nothing to them, but it muddies up the water, I guess. Well, yeah.
Diaz for free. And I'm not going to lie, money. Now, 60K a year in this economy is the woman that works down to the Starbucks. And that lady still might make more. But I just thought that I'm like, DD.
What?
You a liar.
Y'all be so disconnected from reality. Unless you live in Los Angeles, but you said you from Ohio. Ain't no Bonquisha in Starbucks in Ohio making $60,000 unless she working 100 hours a week. So you need to just stop this madness. All right? Like, quit acting like we love and respect our sisters, but quit acting like y'all earned all this money when it's been disproven. There are census. This stuff has been disproven time and time again. Shout out to Medium Man. Like, the average sister making about 40 grand at best. That's the medium right there. Now, there are some women who overachieve. We understand, but it's not nowhere near the majority. Like 3%.
I had to look it up. Maybe she was right. Pay for a Starbucks baristas in LA, $16.75 to $20 an hour, between $35,000 to about $40,000 a year at absolute best. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all got to stop giving this misinformation so loud and wrong because they be believing y'all. Stop it, man, please.
Gee, stop playing with me. I think that we should beware of men like that. I'm so sorry. Now, I do not have a husband yet. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to get one. I look like me.
Shut up.
But I have grown up with a good father, great father, attentive father, great uncles, attentive uncles, a great grandfather, on both sides. You feel me? I saw my grandfathers love and protect my grandmothers, provide for them. I saw my dad provide for the women in his life. And so you kind of can't pull the wool over my lashes when it comes to stuff like that. Most men want to provide, especially men with high testosterone levels. I'm convinced that they always want to provide. They find joy in saying, I go out and I hunt, and the woman takes care of the home, makes it a fortress when I come back from the hunt from the woods. You know what I mean? I feel like it's naturally ingrained in men to want to do that, all the way down to a scientific level. I'm not trying to be.
Do it for who? I agree with you, but it's not exclusive to all women, especially not women like you, all big and brutish. So that was just sign language. She said, if you ain't a real man, if you can't afford to, pay all the bills and do only masculine men. She said a masculine man, it's her interpretation that masculine men pay all the bills. So if you don't, you ain't masculine.
No, nope, it ain't just that. So it will take a more masculine man to want to take on that task and duty, but at the same time, if you're going to get that out that masculine man, you must be offering the muse effect. Men are visual for a reason. That's the allure women have. We like what we see, and you guys give us the motivation to go out and conquer the world. But when you got to come home to a brutish masculine sister that's giving you no cooperation, zero muse effect, the opposite. That's when your man come home, and kick off his shoes, don't even get in the shower, and he just sit in his recliner and go to sleep. That's what you.
Yeah, and like Kevin always said, you're not fine enough for money. You have to think about that too. And you're wanting to have, a future husband that's going to take care of everything. He doesn't want to come home and your voice sounds like you've been hitting a whole pack of Black and Milds. Like you have to, come with something a little stronger than that. But it's always women like this who always have something to say about what DDG and Bow Wow and everybody else is doing. Focus on your own situation. And it looks like, you kind of need to work on some things yourself in order to get the outcomes that you're looking for in a real way.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ebony, because she's saying it like as if she can go get a man who's providing for her easily tomorrow. And evidently that's not the case, because she would have a man and she would be speaking about her man as she's saying this, right? And right now, I mean, the way that everything is, it's like men do want to provide, but at the end of the day, if you have kids, 1, 2, 3, however many kids you have to think about it. Stuff is expensive. So if you're going on vacations with your kids, during spring break, these holidays and all that they have, you do need to make some type of money, to be able to just be there, and uphold your man as well. So I don't know. I guess to me, she's speaking a little out of turn, especially being that she doesn't have a man that's providing for her, as we can tell.
Oh, man.
A gold digger, I'm really talking about science. Like a lot of times in the male species, in just regular nature, they leave the woman to breed, usually in a thing of other female counterparts, and then children, their version of children, whatever in the animal kingdom they call a kid, and they go out and hunt, bring food, create shelter. I mean, that's what I plan on. That's what I'm used to. And I'm not mad at her if somebody does not want her to work. It's not giving, oh, you know what I mean? I get to do what I want. No, she said, if you don't want me to work, you want to be in this house, I need to get paid to work, to live. So I understand that. You guys write me down in the comments. Tell me what you think.
You guys are not listening. Y'all only hearing the number, but y'all really not listening. What we find normal, the nighttime girls, might not be normal for you. But for
Nighttime
us,
girl.
it's regular seeing $50,000-$60,000. It is a regular thing for us. Now for you, might be $2,000, $5,000, or maybe you see that type of money in a year. Listen, the tax bracket that I'm on is not for everybody. My bills, not everybody has those bills. And I know people, girls actually, that have bigger bills than me. So if their man required them to sit down, I think that it's only fair to get double.
And there you go. So she won her bread. Yeah, she said she a nighttime girly and she looking for the men that's trying to spend the bread. So that's something to be understood. All these women at this point, they ain't trying to get married. Neither are some of these men. Everybody out here having fun, transactional, and she find herself in that lane, in that room around those type of men.
I ain't built for it. I ain't got much to say about this. I don't believe in transactional. Shout out to my mama. Superficial, low vibrational. Absolutely not. Ain't no peace there. This ain't real. I don't care how much money you got. I don't see how a man, I don't care if you filthy rich, Dubai oil mogul, how do you have peace knowing that if you don't come off this 50 wax at the beginning of every month, it's a strong chance you're liable to come home and your lady ain't there, or she there with somebody else that ain't invited. Black pills ain't no peace.
Yeah, and it really is all about a mindset, because she's in the mind frame of being a nighttime girl. So you don't even have the mindset to even be in the home and everything, because you're talking about all the things that you need, your hair and your makeup and your nails and like all these clothes and all these things. Well, when you're at home cooking and cleaning all day and stuff, you don't need to do all that type of stuff if you're not going to be out at night in the streets. Granted, you can get that stuff done, but all the extra expenditures because you're going to be outside, that's not something that you're doing when you are, within the house. So it's about a mindset, and it doesn't sound like she has changed that or is even willing to change it. Because like Mr. Walker said, he's come home, he's paying all the bills, doing all the right things. But she got a call from one of her old whoever's and is back outside. And this is what you wife up. You have to be careful who you, bring into your household, because this ain't it. You don't want these problems.
What am I going to do if you pay my bills and my bills only? Where's my emergency money? What if something happens to you? Okay, regardless of the number, it's 50, 20, 10, $500. If you want your girl to stop working, you need to give her double her bills, because emergency happens. You guys want to get up and leave us with nothing. And guess what? Those bills still stand, and they're still waiting on us. And here we are, jobless, haven't worked in years or months, and we have to start from scratch. So there's nothing wrong for a woman to want a safety net.
There you go. So I'll get you in, Courtney. These women have always roamed the earth. So I don't necessarily have a problem with it. Men, we got the choice. All right. She ain't forcing you to do anything. That's my thing. When anybody come up here on the internet, talk your ish. If you can find somebody to sign up for it, I love it. It's more, we can keep making content about it. Because simps exist. I ain't gonna sit here and act like all you ninjas is cut from the cloth that I'm cut from. I know y'all ain't. We've been watching this stuff on the internet too long. All right, so
Now, I think she's a nice looking girl, lady. She definitely is keeping herself up. And if that's what she's expecting, if she can get somebody to do it, I think that that's good for her. But I think with this being on the internet, I think that a lot of other women are going to start they're going to look at this and say, hey, I need to raise my price. And some of them shouldn't have a price at this level. You know what I mean? It's just social media like, oh, I should be getting 10,000 or 20,000 a month or 30,000, whatever. And it's like, no, you're not, this is not that, you know? So, hey, if she can get that, get it, good for her. But I don't know what she's going to have to do in order to get it. It's probably, it could be some strange things going on, or she just may be able to meet a man and that's just what it is. Maybe no Dubai for her. She may get it right here in the States. Who knows?
Well, here's the thing. I would say throughout all this, she ain't talking about marriage.
Yeah.
We got to understand. We all ain't cut the same. Some of these people are broken. They just out here trying to break other people, and that's the move.
No marriage, no kids. Y'all seen that those apps she done paid for? Yeah, she ain't about to pop no kids out. She's done. That would ruin her. That would ruin her business model. She has got to remain a fantasy, a sexual vibe. Shout out to Ashley Dalton. Yeah, this that kind of level, respectfully. You got to stay being that pinup fantasy, or your whole business model falls from up under you. Superficial, empty as heck.
Yeah, and it costs to do that because there's expiration dates for all these surgeries. Like, you know, I think the breast enhancements and stuff, every 10 years you have to get them, you know, redone, or you're supposed to. Like if you're keeping up with your maintenance to keep everything right. And I'm sure there's expiration dates on the BBLs and all that. So there's a lot of maintenance that happens. And so she is right. If she's not she's not working and stuff, somebody has to flip that bill because her body isn't going to last forever. This is something it's ongoing. You know, they get their breasts done and their butts done or whatever, but there is maintenance that comes along with it, and it's not just a one-time thing. So,
and the safety net should be double what your bills are. I don't want to be living month to month, and if something happens to you, then I'm effed. And guess what? Oh, you should have some money saved up. Okay, how am I gonna have money saved up if you only give me enough just to pay the bills? Where is it gonna come from if I'm not working, if I can't work because you required it? Anyways, the cover. So I made 70 grand in one night, and the next day I woke up and I had to go to work. And everybody was like, why are you even going to work for? You just made, 70 grand last night. What's the purpose? And I'm just like, them 70 grand gotta be gone in 3 days. Spent. It's gone.
Right.
But they didn't really understand why I'm going out of my way to go make less. I think I was making like $1,500 or something like that the next day. And I got my happy ass out, got dressed, and I went to go make my $1,500 up. And the day after that, I went and made $500. Just because I made a lot of money 2 days ago don't mean I'm just going to give up. Just, like sit home and be like, whatever.
And it's an expensive life.
I'm not saying I've never done it because it's been time that I made money and I'm just like, cancel everything for the week.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm emotionally drained.
Yeah, all that. So, man, these men are out here tricking. And she out here bag chasing. All right. She must be bag chasing with Futon and them over there. So it is what it is, man. These women out here getting to it. Hey, knock the hustle. I would say have a bigger issue with the simps than her. All she doing is putting a price tag on it. If they are buying it, they are the problem.
Right. There you go. Yeah, I like what you said, brother. Ain't mad at the players, ain't mad at the game. If you could come up here and get somebody to pay your price for your used buy here, pay here car lot, so be it. I ain't gonna sit here. I ain't going to the used car lot and yelling at that man because I keep seeing folks go over there and getting had. No, Y'all must want that. Y'all must be in the market for this. Enjoy the pain.
Yeah, and we'll see in 5 or 10 years, where she's at, and if she found what she's looking for, because like you guys said, not everybody's looking for the same thing. So we're waiting to see what's documented for her outcomes, and it is what it is. But she looks definitely different from that filter video that you had before, because granted, she has a nice body and stuff, but she just looks like just a regular chick here. So, shout out to her, and hopefully she get what she's looking for.
Well, shout out to Divine. I see you dropped her IG. Well, check this out real quick. Because Ebony trying to say she regular. She said, I ain't regular. All right.
Yeah. Just in the face in that picture. That was all.
Yeah, they ain't looking at the face. More body. Just put more makeup on and get a bigger BBL. That's all.
Listen, I told y'all, a lot of these dudes, they looking from the neck down at best. Chest down. Most guys neck down. Some guys chest down. And the very, very few select insidious ninjas is Kuda kind down.
Well, some of these women are like rental cars. Like you go to, Miami, some of these places, and get a Lamborghini for the weekend. This is that. So when these executives and stuff, these high value men, if you will, they want to play with her for the weekend. And she can always keep finding new tricks. Like you can't stay attached to one guy too long, but she can keep finding. Because when she out with a guy, the other men in the room, like, who is that? They in her DM. So she like, while I'm breaking this trick, I got 3 of them in line waiting. And she's real strategic with it.
Man, I've seen that kind of work. Shout out to the hyenas I grew up around. Mr. X hit the nail on the head. She will be sitting there arm in arm with another man in the club, and another pay pig will be jumping in her inbox, and she'll be sitting there entertaining him. Hey, yeah, I'm having a good time, but I'll see you next week. Let's see if you could treat me better than him. Already set up.
Then she get to dropping these pics in your DM, and all you trying to do is clap cheeks, and you're going to do whatever it takes.
She going to sell you that dream. Fellas, the only defense is to not be stricken with the thirst. I keep telling y'all this.
Yeah, and let me be clear. Her body is banging. I cannot even act like I'm blind to that. I'm just saying in that picture, she just didn't look like she did in that other video. That was all. She's a beautiful woman, very calipigian, if y'all know what that means. She's got it. But at the age of 37, what is going to be the exit plan? Because when you are 37 and you're living this life, you're actually already aged out. So you're going to need to figure something out quickly before it's too late.
I like that. Calipigious. Someone with beautifully shaped or well-developed buttocks.
Yes. Calipigian. Shout out to E40 because I learned it from him.
I like that.
Yeah, so
calipige self.
Nonetheless, Bone Quisha in the house. Watch your mouth. All right, y'all see what it is. Where we at here?
Calipigious.
Yeah, calipigulous. I know one man out here who loves calipigulous women. So here we are. Where we at? Where my guy at? Get her.
Shorty got the hair like Rapunzel. Make a nigga fall in love like dominoes. Keep on the bootleg in your truck, son. Okay, bootleg in your truck, son. Shorty got the hair like Rapunzel. Make a nigga fall in love like dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Shorty got the hair like Rapunzel. Make a nigga fall in love like dominoes. Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Jupiter booty, can you twerk some? Goddamn, shorty so fine. Like a treadmill, she be running through my mind. On that booty, she got a nigga geeking. Having fantasies of me and her, can that be squeaking? She got a nigga geeking. Having fantasies of me and her, can that be squeaking? And another thing, if y'all think all we good for her is a disability check, if I'm dating a shorty and she dating me for my disability check, she better show me what that booty do.
Yeah. That's it, black man. Don't let them play you. So even Black Maine know, you want this money, you gonna show him what that booty do. Yeah.
Black man, eat that thing like Pac-Man. Black man gonna go dumb up in some years. Hopefully he didn't experience, that. I'm leave it there. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to Black man. He a good dude.
What you got? Y'all got any final thoughts on that last subject here? The 50K, men out here simping. What you got, Courtney? Anything?
Nah, I just think if she can get it, hey, she get it. If that's what her goal is, and she's not trying to get married, and she's just out here trying to get money, however she has to get it, that's her. She's gonna have to live with that. So
That's it. Gotta live with those decisions. You heard her. She said she made a lot of money one week. Said cancel everything because I'm mentally drained.
yeah,
Man. And somebody said in the chat, like physical intimacy is not just that. It is an energy exchange. Like, ain't no way that's not like just permanently taxing on your soul. Just got random because you got random guys having their way with you. That's what it is. They having their way with you. You are vulnerable, and they don't like you. They don't love you. They don't have your best interest at heart. That's got to be crushing.
Yeah, and you definitely have to take a time out, every month, ladies, you got to sit down for a little bit. So she's probably not able to make the money that she makes it when it's that time. So she had to kind of put it on ice. So it is what it is. Hopefully she get what she's looking for, but the body is banging. So got to give
There you go. And in the end, who knows? Women like her, they got like 9 lives like a cat. So she'll be out here 45, 50 years old and find one of you Nigerian tether simps, all right, one of you ashy foot ninjas, or she might find an old Brad that's hard up for her. You never know. Some of these guys out here are down bad and they got money.
I can see it. Listen, I acknowledge the allure of the boss chick. I can see her getting all her income properties settled in, solidified and got heavy bills and just settled down, and she may be a good companion to some another retired roughneck ninja. You know what I mean? Like, I can see it, and they can get a little, place in New Mexico and just live it out. I can see that, but very, very unique circumstances. That would be an exception, and exceptions do not disprove the rule. So don't try it.
Yeah, and the question would be, is she really going to be happy in that situation? Yeah, the money's there, but with her lifestyle and everything, are you going to be able to sit down somewhere if you do find that guy, if he's from Nigeria or old Brad or something like that? So, I mean, because Brad and the Nigerian man is not all that he's cracked up to be just because he has money. So she should look into and think about that as well.
That part. Yeah, I think she will beyond ever finding happiness. Yeah, some people just broken and they going to keep moving throughout, this earth and finding more of you healed people to break. Misery loves company. So that's a lot of people's mission on this earth, to just continue to invite you to her world.
Succubus. I can see it. Be bored with life, no kids, and had all her experiences. Ain't looking for any kind of real connection. Like a broken, war-torn dude. And just out there and doing her thing until she can't no more. Again, that she can actually have a desired outcome for her unique situation. And that's it. Very unique. Very, very unique.